Chris Monica. Everybody dance now, sweat, sweat. Let the music take control. Let the rhythm move you, sweat, sweat. Oh damn! I thought there was gonna be people dancing when I came in, and we're asking you to be dancing. Don't patronize me by dancing now. Maybe we need something a little more traditional. Join me, if you would, in singing the ancient song. You all know it. It's in your hearts, as it's in mine. The ancient song. I am a Scapulus. I have come down from the mountains to proclaim the name of Agrelon, the unknowable. In my time, I was called heretic and hero by neighboring factions of the Tsarist legacy. But now I bring you the true word of Agrelon. Hey, what's the deal with the Scapulus, right? Why is he trying to always get people to sing the ancient songs? Because he wants to hear a song that's as old as he is. You know? Ancient song, more like the ass, dick, stupid song. I don't like the Scapulus. That's my promise to you and the world. My other promise to you is that I'll deliver you a pizza within 30 or 45 minutes, as long as you are within our delivery radius, and also as long as I'm feeling up to it. I have a job where I can kind of be chilled out about it. Like, someone's like, hey Chris, you want to knock out these dishes? You know, sometimes I'll do it, but sometimes I can be like, you know what? I'm just going through some stuff right now, so I don't know, man. And I have the kind of coworkers who will be like, yeah, I know what that's like. Just, you know, go stand by the walk-in freezer and text. Texting is weird though, right? Texting is pretty weird. A little while ago, last September, there was this person that I kind of had a relationship, we'll just call it that, for a while, and I got a text from them saying, hey, I just got off while thinking of you. And stereotypically it sounds like something a guy would want to hear, like, oh yeah, that sounds sexy, let me in on that. Smiley face, equals D. Boner emoticon. But so this person sent me this text, but it wasn't cool. It made me feel like there was all these weird sexual expectations that I wasn't ready for. So I panicked a little bit and I didn't know what to say. And so things between us just got kind of weird because these expectations, I felt like they were putting on me. Plus it was from my dad.
Yes.
So that might have had something to do with it being weird. Cheer Up Charlie's should change its name to Charles in Charge. That's my opinion. I told that joke to someone and they said, no, they should change the name to Large and in Charge. I thought that was even better, especially if I explained it. I've been hollering at dogs lately. You know, like if you're driving around and you see something you like, you know. There's a lot of young couples, young women, young men walking around with dogs in Austin, and people will be like. For a while, I just had no control over my thoughts or my fucking mouth, and like, I'd just be driving and I'd be like, oh yeah, like to myself, and then I'd be like, what is happening to me? Well, lately, I don't do that anymore, but now, when I see like a dog that I think is really cute, I'm like, oh yeah, look at the dog. So I've been hollering at these dogs. I don't holler at people. hollering at dogs. You know, I don't know what's up with your clown crew, your insane man group. I don't know what's the music of today. I don't know. I was reading this book. I think it was about like the history of post-punk. But whenever you read a book about like bands from the 70s or 80s, everything is punk. Like they're like, oh yeah, this band had that punk edge. Like punk edge. That's more meaningless than just punk, and that's saying a lot. Like, but I remember hearing this term, like, someone was talking about REM, and they were like, they were cut above the bands of their times in terms of technicality and prowess and energy on stage, and they had that punk edge that really brought the crowds. And I was like, no, I don't think that REM ever had anything punk about them. I think that's where we need to make a call as to what's punk. But I was wondering, like, in the future, what now is going to be considered, like, edgy and punk? Like, uh-oh, things got too hilarious. Like Blue Man Group. In the future, people are going to be like, Blue Man Group had the makeup a generation craved and that punk edge of blue. Like in a sea of yellow, they dared to have instruments made out of tubes. The punk blue edge of the men's group. I had to try and think of, I knew about one thing that I remembered, you know, good in bed. I'll say that right now. So nothing sexual about that. Like making the bed, falling asleep, arranging the pillows. I got it. Pajamas tailored. I have a nightcap. And I go to bed with the nightcap in a cup. I have a mustache only when I'm going to sleep. Teddy bear. What other cool sleep cliches are there? Oh, one of those like bean bags that is heated and you put across your eyes. I don't fully subscribe to it, but like I know that it's important for like being all that I can be in the bedroom. Putting away clothes, keeping my lights changed. You know, one of those things is flickering, like immediately go to Home Depot, get a pack of like 6 like light conservation bulbs, because I care about, you know, what all kinds of people think of me. But yeah, the ancient song, like I was saying, it's a song inside of each of us, much like how I really like pinball, you know? Like, I'll give some context to this. There's this game in the 80s called Pinbot, okay? And the concept behind it was, there's a robot and he's in space, you know? And that's all it needed was like, hey, pinball machine, robot, space. And people were like, oh, that makes sense, cool, robots, sci-fi, yeah. And then, like, you know, as the 90s went on, they needed a little more, so they made, like, Bride of Pinbot, which was, like, this kind of Pinocchio story where, like, this robot woman was turning human. And there was, like, a whole story and goals you had to complete. And so you're like, oh, yeah, that's cool, captivating, makes sense. And then, like, even later, they turned that whole franchise, became Jackbot. And this is the heartbreaking part, where Pinbot, like, straight up, the original space robot Pinbot was totally, like, cleared out and turned into a casino. Like, what could be more heartbreaking than that? And the company that makes those machines, it turns out they just make slot machines now. Like, I don't know, like Aladdin's Flying Carpet Ride, video slots. I don't know if you've been to Las Vegas. It's not too cool. It reminds you of, I don't know, just all the
30 seconds.
Awesome stuff about the world in one place. Like super Disneyland. But yeah, I wanted to just make you that promise. Don't like a scapulous. Pizza in 30-45 minutes, as long as like my day's been pretty chill. If it hasn't been, like Sorry, just make it yourself. This is Austin. This is Austin, not LA. This is Boston and LA. There's a time warp, so you can be in both places. And if you don't believe in four-dimensional physics, you can, you know, go back to your Shamrock basket team and do coke. Thank you.